15 black child actors that disappeared from the Hollywood spotlights. Are they dead? Once beloved faces of 90s and 2000s TV, these black child stars seemed to vanish overnight. Some fans even wondered if they'd passed away. Here's the truth about where these 15 familiar faces actually are today. Kyla Pratt, the proud family prodigy before social media fame and franchise reboots, Kyla Pratt was already a household name. Born in 1986 in Los Angeles, she began acting at just 8 years old. Her early career included guest appearances on Walker, Texas Ranger, and Barney, but it was her portrayal of Maya Doolittle in Dr. Doolittle alongside Eddie Murphy that made her a star. She became a voice of a generation when she lent her voice to Penny Proud in Disney's The Proud Family, turning into one of the most recognizable black teen faces in early 2000s television. Kyla's charm came from her natural confidence and warmth on screen. She embodied characters that were smart, funny, and self-assured. Unlike many child stars who struggled with fame, she handled success with quiet discipline, appearing in family-oriented projects that resonated with black audiences. Her transition into teenage and young adult roles through UPN's One-on-One cemented her legacy as one of television's most consistent young black leads. After years of non-stop work, Kyla took a break from Hollywood to focus on her personal life. She had 2 daughters born in 2010 and 2013 and made a conscious choice to live privately rather than stay in the spotlight. When she returned, it wasn't for fame. It was to reintroduce herself on her own terms. Recent roles in Call Me Kat and Disney's reboot The Proud Family. Louder and Prouder proved her talent never faded. Today, she uses her platform to advocate for black representation in family entertainment, encouraging studios to tell authentic stories with depth and dignity. Parker McKenna Posey, the sweetheart of my wife and kids. In the early 2000s, Parker McKenna Posey became everyone's little sister. As Katie Kyle in My Wife and Kids, she was the heart of the family sitcom, balancing comedy and innocence in ways that felt effortless. Viewers watched her grow up on screen between 2001 and 2005, and when the show ended, many assumed her career would naturally continue. But Parker decided to slow down, step away from the spotlight, and figure out who she was outside of fame. She kept a low profile until 2019, when she returned in BET's Games People Play, a drama about ambition and deceit in Los Angeles. Her comeback reminded audiences how much range she possessed. But off-screen, her life had challenges. In 2020, she made headlines after a domestic violence incident with her then-boyfriend, which ended in a restraining order. The experience changed her, motivating her to start over with a renewed focus on strength, healing, and self-worth. Now, a mother and successful entrepreneur, Parker runs her own lifestyle brand focused on wellness and self-care. Her social media presence, filled with motivational messages and glimpses of her real life, reflects her growth from child star to confident woman. Parker has turned her story into one of resilience, a reminder that even after fame fades, you can rebuild on your own terms. Vanessa Baden. From Nickelodeon to Emmy Gold, Vanessa Baden first appeared in living rooms across America as a bubbly face on Nickelodeon's Gullah Gullah Island in the mid-90s. Later, she joined Kenan and Kel, where she charmed audiences with her energy and comedic timing. For many, she was part of the golden era of black Nickelodeon stars, a generation that proved diversity could shine on mainstream children's television. But after her early success, Vanessa did something few expected. She stepped away from acting entirely to pursue her education. She graduated from Florida State University with a degree in sociology and media production, focusing on storytelling from behind the camera. Her academic years shaped her new creative identity, one that blended social commentary with entertainment. In 2017, Vanessa returned to the screen not just as an actress, but as a writer and producer with her critically acclaimed web series Giants. The show explored mental health, race, and purpose among young adults, earning her a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in 2019. Beyond awards, Vanessa uses her art as activism. She writes essays on race and motherhood, mentors young creators, and often speaks about the importance of representation both in front of and behind the camera. Her evolution from Nickelodeon favorite to award-winning storyteller makes her one of the few child actors who didn't just survive Hollywood, she transformed it. Zelda Harris, Crooklyn's gifted girl who chose music. In 1994, a 9-year-old girl from New York named Zelda Harris captivated audiences in Spike Lee's Crooklyn. As Troy Carmichael, she brought humor, rebellion, and raw emotion to the story of a Brooklyn family, earning critical praise and a permanent place in Black film history. She beat out more than 1,000 other children for the part, a sign of the natural charisma and depth she brought to her performances. Following Crooklyn, Zelda appeared in He Got Game and The Babysitter's Club, proving her range extended beyond one breakout role. But by the early 2000s, she quietly faded from Hollywood. Unlike many who chase fame, Zelda chose education and art on her own terms. She graduated from Princeton University and later earned a master's from UCLA, shifting her focus toward teaching and music. Today, Zelda leads a California-based band called Zelda and the Lolos, where she performs as a singer and saxophonist. Her music reflects the same creative soul that once defined her film work: thoughtful, introspective, and deeply expressive. She also works as a teacher, inspiring the next generation of young artists. A gifted pianist and tennis player, Zelda embodies balance, intellect, art, and authenticity. Her story is a quiet triumph, a reminder that success isn't always measured by fame, but by fulfillment. Brandon Hammond, the soul food prodigy, turned director. Few child actors left as strong an impression in 90s Black cinema as Brandon Hammond. Born in 1980, he appeared in Menace to Society and Waiting to Exhale before landing the role that defined his career, Ahmad in Soul Food. His portrayal of a wise, compassionate boy holding his family together became iconic, earning him the NAACP Image Award and universal acclaim. At a time when Black family dramas were rare, Brandon's performances brought vulnerability and depth to every project. He worked alongside stars like Whitney Houston and Wesley Snipes, yet never seemed overshadowed. Between 1993 and 2022, he built a filmography most adult actors would envy, including Strange Days, The Fan, and Our America. But by his late teens, he chose to step behind the camera. Brandon attended Saddleback College, where he began writing and directing his own short films. His project, Amari, won Best Screenwriting at the John Singleton Short Film Competition in 2020, a fitting tribute to one of his biggest influences. Now, in his late 30s, he continues to create independent works centered on Black family life, love, and resilience. Brandon's transition from child star to storyteller completes a full-circle legacy, proof that early fame doesn't define greatness. Perseverance and purpose do. Ross Bagley, the Fresh Prince's youngest prince. Ross Bagley's smile was one of the most familiar sights on American television in the mid-1990s. He was just a toddler when he joined the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as Little Nicky Banks, Will Smith's adorable and mischievous cousin. His timing, charm, and ability to hold his own against comedy giants like Smith and James Avery made him one of the most memorable TV kids of that era. Audiences watched him grow through the show's later seasons, where his chemistry with the cast gave the sitcom's family dynamic even more warmth and laughter. At the height of his fame, Ross expanded his career into film. In 1996, he played Dylan Dubrow, the son of Vivica A. Fox's character in Independence Day. Acting alongside Will Smith again, he showed that he could handle blockbuster settings just as naturally as a sitcom living room. But despite his growing popularity, Ross's parents kept him grounded. They encouraged him to step away from Hollywood when the cameras stopped rolling, prioritizing education and normalcy over fame. As an adult, Ross took that advice seriously. He attended California State University, Northridge, where he earned a degree in cinema and television arts, studying the same industry that once made him famous. Today, he has taken a completely different path. Ross works as a real estate agent in Los Angeles and spins records part-time as DJ Rossi B, combining creativity and business in his daily life. Yet, he hasn't left his acting past behind entirely. He still attends Fresh Prince conventions, fan reunions, and interviews, speaking with fondness about the show that shaped his childhood. Ross Bagley may have traded sound stages for sales contracts, but his charm and charisma remain timeless, proof that some stars never really fade, they just evolve. Dee Davis, Bernie Mac's little girl who grew up gracefully. For fans of The Bernie Mac Show, Dee Davis will forever be remembered as Brianna Baby Girl Tompkins, the youngest, sassiest, and perhaps most endearing member of the family. She was only 5 years old when she first appeared alongside Bernie Mac, and she instantly stole the spotlight. Her character's mischievous attitude and sharp wit gave the show its humor and heart, earning Dee the Young Artist Award in 2004. Behind the laughter, though, Dee was a remarkably focused child. Her professionalism and natural comedic instincts made her stand out even among seasoned actors. After The Bernie Mac Show ended in 2006, she decided to take a step back from acting. Rather than chase the unstable path of child fame, she chose stability, education, and a sense of normalcy, something many child stars struggle to achieve. As she grew older, Dee quietly reinvented herself. She completed high school in Illinois, pursued college studies, and eventually embraced a new form of expression, digital media. Today, she co-runs a YouTube channel where she discusses life experiences, personal growth, and motherhood. Her content is grounded, relatable, and a reflection of the humility she learned early on in life. Dee often speaks fondly of her time on The Bernie Mac Show, especially about Bernie himself, who treated his young castmates like family. She credits those years for giving her confidence and discipline that carried into adulthood. Now, a mother herself, she has passed those same values to her child. Dee Davis didn't fade from the spotlight. She simply stepped into a different kind of stage, one defined by authenticity and biz rather than fame. Noah Gray-Cabey, from child prodigy to hero. Noah Gray-Cabey's journey from piano prodigy to TV star is one of the most unique stories in Hollywood. Born in 1995, Noah was a musical genius before he was even a teenager. By age 5, he was performing classical piano concertos internationally, including at the Sydney Opera House. His combination of intelligence and charm caught the attention of casting directors, leading to his first major acting role as Franklin Aloysius Mumford on My Wife and Kids. Playing the precocious young genius opposite Damon Wayans, Noah instantly became a fan favorite. His comedic timing and ability to deliver witty dialogue with confidence made him stand out. But rather than being typecast as the cute kid, Noah continued to grow as both a performer and a person. In 2006, he joined the cast of NBC's Heroes, portraying Micah Sanders, a boy who could manipulate machines with his mind. The role turned him into a sci-fi icon and expanded his fan base beyond sitcom audiences. Unlike many child stars, Noah never lost focus. He graduated from Harvard Westlake School and later attended college, continuing to balance education with acting. He appeared in Code Black and Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists, proving that his versatility extended well into adulthood. Off-screen, he became an advocate for STEM education and youth empowerment, encouraging young people to pursue both the arts and academics. Noah's story reflects rare discipline. He didn't crumble under early fame or vanish from relevance. Instead, he used his intelligence and talent to grow into a multi-dimensional artist. Today, he represents what happens when a child star refuses to be limited by their first act. Amari, The Parenthood's precocious star. In the mid-90s, The Parenthood gave Black family life the wholesome representation it deserved, and Amari was at the heart of it. As Cece Peterson, the youngest daughter of Robert Townsend's on-screen family, Ashley brought warmth and humor to every episode. Her natural acting made her stand out in an era filled with talented young performers. Born in 1991 in California, Ashley started acting early and quickly landed a spot in The Parenthood from 1995 to 1999. She became a familiar face to millions of viewers, appearing in all the show's episodes and earning a reputation for her expressive delivery. After the series ended, she went on to act in Baby Geniuses and made appearances in Girlfriends, showcasing her versatility beyond sitcoms. But as she entered her teenage years, Ashley made the conscious decision to step away from Hollywood. She didn't disappear because of controversy or burnout. She simply wanted to grow as an artist. She attended the California Institute of the Arts, CalArts, one of the most prestigious theater schools in the United States, where she earned a degree in theater. There, she immersed herself in stage work, script writing, and performance art, refining her craft in a more creative and controlled environment. Today, Ashley is active in community theater and smaller independent productions, carefully rebuilding her career on her own terms. She's also an advocate for arts education and has been vocal about how early fame can both inspire and challenge young artists. For Ashley, success is no longer about red carpets. It's about creative fulfillment. She may not headline movies or television shows anymore, but her impact as part of the Parenthood's legacy continues to inspire actors who grew up watching her. Kylin and Kylin Bolton, baby boys twins who chose duty. In John Singleton's 2001 classic Baby Boy, audiences met JoJo, the wide-eyed son of Yvette and Jody, played by Taraji P. Henson and Tyrese Gibson. What most people didn't know was that this beloved child role was portrayed by identical twins, Kylin and Kylin Bolton. Like many productions involving young children, the twins alternated scenes to comply with child labor laws, but together they gave JoJo life, innocence, and emotion that anchored the film's family story. Singleton, known for casting authenticity, chose the Bolton twins not just for their resemblance to the film's stars, but for their natural reactions and chemistry with Henson. Even in the few minutes of screen time they had, the twins symbolized the heart of baby boy, the cycle of fatherhood, vulnerability, and love in a struggling household. The film went on to become a cultural touchstone, but the Bolton brothers took a very different path after its success. While most child actors chase new auditions, Kylin and Kylin quietly left Hollywood behind. Their parents prioritized structure and education over fame, guiding them toward a more stable life. As they grew older, both brothers chose to serve in the U.S. Army, dedicating themselves to public service rather than the entertainment industry. Today, they live in Texas, far removed from the spotlight of Los Angeles. One twin is married and raising a family, while the other continues his military service. Occasionally, they resurface in interviews reflecting on John Singleton's legacy and their early role in his final decade of filmmaking. Though their acting careers ended before adolescence, their decision to serve reflects a maturity rare among former child stars, a testament to the quiet dignity they've carried since their first steps onto a film set. Kimani Griffin. From Daddy Daycare to debate champion. When Daddy Daycare hit theaters in 2003, its humor revolved around chaos, cuteness, and Eddie Murphy trying to manage a group of toddlers. Among them was little Ben Hampton, Murphy's on-screen son, played by Kimani Griffin. His charm, expressiveness, and comedic timing earned him widespread recognition, and his performance made him one of the most memorable child actors of early 2000s Black family comedies. Kimani's talent didn't stop there. He joined the sitcom All of Us as Bobby James, a role that showcased his warmth and maturity as a performer. He brought heart to the series, which centered around a blended African-American family navigating modern relationships. Beyond live action, Kimani's voice became equally recognizable. He voiced characters in Happy Feet, Rise of the Guardians, and Disney's Sophia the First, proving his range extended far beyond traditional acting. But instead of clinging to fame, Kimani made a bold decision to focus on academics. He gradually stepped away from Hollywood to pursue higher education, where he discovered a passion for communication and advocacy. Today, he's an active member of his college's debate and public speaking teams, gaining recognition for his articulate delivery and persuasive reasoning. Interestingly, the performing gene didn't stop with him. His younger sister, Aleisha Griffin, is continuing the family legacy in Hollywood, starring as Zola Gray Shepherd in Grey's Anatomy. The siblings' success highlights two sides of modern artistry: Aleisha's continued presence on screen and Kimani's evolution into a speaker, leader, and mentor. Though his acting credits have slowed, Kimani's story stands out among child stars for its substance. He traded scripts for speeches and applause for academic excellence, proving that real success is not about staying famous, but staying purposeful. Aleisha Allen, School of Rock's hidden talent. Aleisha Allen was more than just a talented child actor. She was a familiar face to millions who grew up in the late 1990s and early 2000s. She started out in children's television, voicing the lovable side table drawer in Blue's Clues, one of Nickelodeon's most beloved preschool shows. Her bright voice and natural enthusiasm made her instantly recognizable. But her breakout came when she starred opposite Jack Black in the hit 2003 film School of Rock. As Aleisha, one of the musically gifted students, Aleisha brought both sweetness and comedic timing to the classroom ensemble. She stood out not only for her performance, but also for her stage presence. She wasn't just another background student. She was part of the heart of the band. She later appeared in Are We There Yet? And its sequel, Are We Done Yet?, playing Nia, the sharp, quick-witted daughter of Nia Long's character and Ice Cube's stepdaughter. The films cemented her as a go-to face for family comedies in the mid-2000s. However, Aleisha made a decision many fans didn't expect. At the height of her visibility, she stepped away from acting altogether to focus on her education. She attended Pace University in New York City, where she earned her bachelor's degree in communication sciences and later completed her master's degree in speech-language pathology. Her academic excellence led her to become a licensed speech therapist, a profession grounded in helping others find their voice, literally and metaphorically. Her career transition has earned her deep respect from fans and peers alike. Aleisha occasionally appears at reunions and fan panels for School of Rock, where she speaks about the importance of education and identity beyond fame. In a world where many child stars struggle to adapt, Aleisha found peace in purpose. Her life now revolves around empowering others to communicate confidently, a poetic twist for a performer who once spoke for a side table. Reggie III, Nickelodeon's forgotten trailblazer. Long before Nickelodeon became known for hits like Drake and Josh or iCarly, it aired My Brother and Me, the first sitcom on the network to center around a black family. At its core was Reggie III, who played Alfie Parker, the wisecracking older brother constantly getting into adventures with his younger sibling, Dee Dee. The show aired in 1994 for just one season, but it became a cult favorite among 90s kids for its humor, relatability, and representation. Arthur's performance was key to the show's charm. He brought authenticity and charisma that made audiences instantly connect with him. The series explored everyday family life, sibling rivalry, friendship, and community through a lens rarely seen on children's television at the time. Despite positive reviews and strong fan attachment, My Brother and Me was abruptly canceled after 13 episodes, leaving fans craving more. After the show's cancellation, Arthur attempted to continue acting, but like many child stars of his era, opportunities were limited. Hollywood wasn't offering many substantial roles for young black actors outside stereotypical archetypes. Rather than fade into frustration, Arthur pivoted to music, reinventing himself as a rapper under the name Showbiz. He released mixtapes on iTunes and performed locally, keeping his creativity alive even as the industry moved on without him. Today, Arthur remains active in the entertainment community, occasionally giving interviews about his time on Nickelodeon and advocating for better ownership rights for black creators. He's passionate about seeing My Brother and Me gain recognition for its historical significance, not only as the first black family sitcom on the network, but as a series that paved the way for shows like Kenan and Kel and Cousin Skeeter. Reggie III may not be a household name anymore, but for those who grew up with him, he represents a pioneering moment in children's television, a reminder that cultural firsts often come from those who never got their due credit. Sydney Park, the Walking Dead comedian who never stopped. Sydney Park's story began long before the fame of The Walking Dead or Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists. At just 6 years old, she was already performing stand-up comedy at the world-famous Hollywood Improv, becoming the youngest comedian ever to grace that stage. Her quick wit, bold delivery, and fearlessness made her stand out immediately. Even at an age when most kids were watching cartoons, Sydney was sharing stages with seasoned comics, proving she had both confidence and talent well beyond her years. Her charm caught the attention of casting directors, and soon she moved into television. One of her first appearances was in That's So Raven, where her comedic energy fit perfectly with Disney Channel's fast-paced humor. From there, she transitioned to Nickelodeon and later to sitcoms like Instant Mom, where she played Gabby Phillips, a smart, rebellious, but deeply relatable teen. Her ability to balance comedy and heartfelt emotion made her one of the most versatile young actresses of her generation. But Sydney didn't stay confined to family-friendly roles. As she matured, she began taking on projects that allowed her to explore darker, more complex characters. In AMC's The Walking Dead, she played Cindy, a member of the Oceanside community, and quickly became a fan favorite. The role marked a clear turning point, showing that Sydney could handle emotional intensity, leadership, and resilience in a show known for its demanding drama and gritty atmosphere. She continued expanding her range with films like Wish Upon, 2017, where she played Meredith, one of the key characters in a supernatural horror story, and later joined Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists, proving she could transition seamlessly into adult television. Each project reflected growth, both as a performer and as a person navigating Hollywood with intention. Outside of acting, Sydney uses her experience to mentor younger performers. She often talks about the pressure of growing up in the industry and emphasizes mental health, representation, and creative integrity. Her approach to her career has been steady and grounded. Instead of chasing fame, she focuses on longevity and quality. Sydney Park remains one of the few former child stars who managed to evolve naturally, from stand-up prodigy to respected actress, all while staying authentic. Whether she's on a zombie-infested set or coaching young comedians backstage, Sydney's story proves that true talent doesn't fade. It adapts, endures, and inspires. Brighton James, from Family Matters to daytime royalty. When Family Matters aired in the 1990s, one of the most beloved characters was Little Richie Crawford, the adorable son of Rachel Crawford and nephew to Carl Winslow. That young boy was played by Brighton James, who joined the show at just 5 years old. His innocence, charisma, and comedic timing added heart to one of television's most iconic black sitcoms. Over 7 years, Richie grew from a toddler to a lively child, and Brighton became a household name for anyone who grew up watching TGIF's golden era. Unlike many child actors whose careers fade after early success, Brighton built an empire out of consistency and craft. After Family Matters, he continued acting, appearing in commercials and guest-starring roles before landing the role that would define his adult career, Devin Hamilton on The Young and the Restless. Joining the long-running CBS soap opera in 2004, he evolved from a teen character into one of the show's central figures. His portrayal earned him the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Young Actor in a Drama Series in 2007 and multiple NAACP Image Awards over the years. What makes Brighton's story special is how seamlessly he transitioned from child actor to respected adult performer without scandal, burnout, or disappearance. While many of his contemporaries struggled with the pressures of fame, Brighton found stability in discipline and purpose. Beyond acting, he ventured into voice work, lending his voice to characters in The Vampire Diaries and animated series such as Hero Factory and Zevo 3, proving his range extended across mediums. Off-screen, Brighton has used his platform to give back. He founded Rad Kids, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving, a youth organization that promotes awareness about the dangers of impaired driving. Through this initiative, he connects entertainment figures with social causes, aiming to inspire young people to make responsible choices. His work with Red Kids, coupled with his ongoing advocacy for youth empowerment, shows a side of him that values community as much as career. Brighton's journey from sitcom child star to Emmy-winning daytime veteran is one of Hollywood's rare success stories. He didn't just survive the transition, he mastered it. Now, in his mid-30s, he continues to act, mentor, and advocate, representing what every child star hopes to become, an artist who grows with grace, integrity, and lasting impact. Some left fame, others reinvented it, but all left a mark. Subscribe now for more untold Hollywood stories and updates on stars the world forgot.